of whole numbers. Okay, so if I wanted to eat a pizza and I wanted to eat half of the pizza, right? I would have a pizza, I would cut it in half, and I'm going to eat this half. So I would get 1/2 of that pizza. Now I have some cherries and I have 6 cherries and I'm going to eat half the cherries, right? So half of 6 is going to be 3. So I get 3 of those cherries, right? Now, let's think, what if I had 7 cherries? Well, if I want to know and I want to eat half of those, what do? Well, I'm going to split one of those cherries in half, right? And so what do I have? Half. I have 3.5 cherries, right? So 3.5 is half of 7. If I wanted to eat only 1/3 of 6 cherries, then I would have 3 different groups of those cherries, right? And then I would eat this part. If I wanted to eat 2/3 of the cherries, right? So 1/3 of the cherry is going to be 2, right? If I'm going to eat 2/3 of those cherries, it would be 4. Okay, so this is stuff we already know. Now, I want you to think of what is 2/3 of 9, what is 3/4 of 4, and what is 2/3 of 14. Okay, so I want you to pause the video and then come back. All right, so if I have, I'm going to do this on a number line. If I have 9 and I want 2/3 of that, I'm going to divide this line up into 3 parts, right? So this would be 3, and that would be 6, and there would be 9. And now I want 2/3 of that, right? So 2/3 of 9, I like to use number lines, is going to be right here. So how many do I get? Out of the 9, I'm going to get 6 out of the 9. Now, if I'm going to do, there's 12, and here's 0, okay? And I'm going to divide this into 4 pieces. So it's 4, 8, so that'd be 3, 6, 9, and 12. So there's your 4 pieces. All right. Now I have 3 out of those 4 pieces, so I have 9. Okay, and the last one, all right, I'm going to divide this into 3 pieces, right? So that's 4, 8, and 12. And then I'm allowed to have 2 out of those 12 pieces, and I have 8 pieces. So how can you use these answers to decide which one is bigger between 2/3 and 3/4? Which ones would you compare? This is A, this is B, and this is C. So I want to know which one's bigger, 3/4 or 2/3. All right, so I can only compare fractions if they are the same size. So because these two here are out of 12 and this one is out of 9, I cannot compare 3/4 of 12 to the 3/4 of 9 because they're not the same. So the size is different. So I can only compare these two fractions because they're out of the same total. They're the same size. So which one is bigger? So 3/4 of 12 is greater than 2/3 of 12 because 2/3 of 12 is 8 and 3/4 of 12 is 9. Okay, so there are some things for you to do on the assignment, so make sure you do those.